Sorry, start again. Good evening, gentlemen and ladies. What a shambles. Right, this evening's news. The news will be hopefully a bit briefer than usual, but what it lacks in quantity and more than makes up for in quality. So, talking of quality, we've got the European Championships going on. We've had a real feast of athletics the last couple of weeks. So we've got 6 club members in the championship. So first to participate was Phil Sessamon, who was in the men's marathon, and he achieved a time of 2:15.17, which is a season's best for him. So you can't ask for somebody to do much better than that. Came in 17th, and I think in the conditions that was an excellent performance. Well done to him. Yeah. Jahisha Thomas was in the long jump, and she also jumped to season's best of 6 meters 57 and is qualified for the final of the long jump, which is tomorrow. Divine Oladipo in the shot was 8th in her qualifying heat with a distance of 17 meters 16. If she'd have been 17 centimeters further, she would have got through to the final, but still good performance from her. I expect most of you probably either see or heard Dina had her first event yesterday, and unfortunately she cramped up in the final, which was a rather strange occurrence. And I gather that Daryl Nita also complained of cramping up at the end of the race. And I wonder what the nutritionist had given them beforehand, because they're operating in hot conditions. But hopefully she'll be good for the 200, and then she's in the 4x100 still to come. Becca Walton's in the javelin. The qualifying round for that is tomorrow, and Adam is in the relay 4x1. The qualifying is on Friday and the finals on Sunday, so we'll look out for them. Club records: under 13 boys, 1 kilometre walk. Trejan Chekaku Bahama, he walked 5:57.2 seconds back just at the beginning of the month, so well done to him. In terms of track meetings, we had the Southern Athletic League down at Tunbridge on Saturday. Very hot day, as you can imagine. So after 3 rounds of the Southern Athletic League, we lie in joint 5th place with 3 other clubs, all with 8 league points. They then count back on the actual number of match points you have, which would put us in 6th place. A big thank you to all the athletes and the officials and the supporters who went down there. It was hot. I think special commendations. They vary the events here, so it happened to be that this meeting had a ladies 5,000 metres, and running a 5,000 metres in that heat for our 2 athletes was no joke. In fact, they actually put a drink station out on the finish line so that as they went past each lap, they could have a drink or pour water over themselves. So, a big thank you for them. It was just a great effort to survive getting round in those situations. And thanks to some of the parents, Helga Pullin helped out, manned the drink station and collecting all the plastic cups, because that was sort of unplanned. And then they actually took the athletes off into a cool room with cold towels and everything when they finished on anything over 1,500 metres and above, in order to prevent them suffering from any heat stroke. So they dealt with it very thoughtfully. Also thanks to Karen Desborough and Jason Squibb, a couple of parents who stepped in to help with officiating. I tell you what, I stood out there for 4 hours with people throwing discuses and shots at me, and it wasn't funny in that heat. It was quite tiring. A special thanks also to Roger Platt, who after competing in, I think it was either 3 or 4 events for the club, came and helped out officiating, collecting and retrieving the discuses. So thanks to Roger. So I think we've got 1 more round to go for the Southern Athletic League, and certainly we're in no danger of getting relegated out of that, but hopefully we can improve our position a bit before the end of the season. So that's the track. Back on the roads in the country, Strava, Ross Braden again the furthest, 179 kilometres. Finton Parkinson 126, and Blair Wilson 115. Phil Sessamon, of course, was doing the European Championship Marathon, but I noticed that this week he's already done 56 or 57 kilometres, so I think I'd have taken a rest after that, but he obviously hasn't. Parkrun. It was interesting, it's quite an international weekend for Parkrun. We had 46 runners running at 23 locations, including the USA, Germany, Ireland, Holland, and New Zealand. So Mike Sims was further away again. He ran a park run in Porua, which is on the New Zealand North Island, just on the coast outside of Wellington. Very pleasant. First place, the first places we had this week. Isla Spink was first at Princeton, which is in Germany. Katie Murray was first in Bromley. Christina Gillody Johnson was first at Victoria Park Run, but not the one at Docklands, but the one near Kitchener in the USA. Okay, and Christina she's in the 11 to 14 year age category, so she's only a youngster. Jake Ling won the park run at Achill Greenway, which is in Ireland. And then, he's not here this evening, is he? Clayton, yes, so Clayton came first at Charlton. Paul, I think you were second, weren't you? So that was a Club 1-2, well done guys. And Abby Barnes was second at Sutcliffe Park, which was good. Doing the Alphabet Challenge, the Kings Mills with George were up at Zuider Park in Holland, where I think Andy ran his season's best park run, which I'm going to attribute to fitness rather than the flatness of Holland, because it'd be uncharitable otherwise. And Zoe ran a pretty good time considering somebody coming back with a broken ankle. So well done you two. The Isaacs report this week, the record was broken at Canterbury by by significantly over 3 minutes. So he's gonna run out of places to break the record at soon. So I'm looking forward to that. Hey, test him. Well, I'll see what he's drinking. Yeah, I don't know, whatever it is, I want some of it. Right, bonus ball. So we got two here. One going back to July. Chris Haynes. This is the bonus ball.
Really?
Yeah, well done. Don't spend it all at once. You know? It's just what you need. Mr. Sunak will be delighted that you'll be helped out. And last week, John Butler. Sorry, I think that's your third win in too short a time. Yeah. Okay. Coming up this weekend, on Saturday we've got the National Athletic League finals, which are at Bedford. So there'll be a good party going up there, anybody who wants to come. Next Wednesday we've got the Paris Handicap. 6:45 registration, 7:15 start. Yep, okay. VP Supper, those of you that are VPs, at the beginning of September, I think Tony Pontifex has sent out invitations, but he really needs to get responses back so that we know how many we're catering for. So any VPs here or anybody who knows any VPs, you might like to jog their memory to respond to Tony. Any other news?
I can't remember what stage we were at in the Commonwealth Games when I said there were two Bronze girls taking part. So I may be repeating myself, but the girl who was in the squash, she actually went on to be Commonwealth champion.
She's from the Langley Park Club, like Emma Raducanu as well, isn't she?
Yeah. But the club she trains at is Bexley Tennis and Squash Club, which is where I think her heart lies, really. So I've been there today to actually take her lecture. Congratulations. To give you an idea of her athletic prowess, the record that we have at Crystal Palace for the junior cross country, she broke that in 2007 and it still stands now. 6 minutes 46 for quite a substantial distance over a mile for an 11-year-old girl.
Right.
And she's been a Commonwealth champion as well. Georgina Kennedy used to go to Pickhurst School, and the other girl is Evie Smith, whose father is Neil Smith, who was the manager of Bromley Football Club. I think she finished 10th in the 3-metre springboard. Possibly didn't do as well as she hoped, but she'd just come back from, I think, the World or Junior Championship.
It's interesting because we were going through some past athletes the other day. I think it's part of a funding application actually to do with the new sports centre. The number of club members we've had who've gone on to succeed in other sports, whether it's Shauna Brown, we got Scottish rugby players, we got bobslayers. you know, quite a diverse background. So it's good to
What was
see.
really revealing was one of the people at the club who knows her very well said her coach says she's not the most naturally gifted squash player he's ever seen, but her commitment, her training ethos and her level of fitness are just unbelievable. She's ranked 8th in the world now, and she's maybe not the 8th best player in the world, but she's just so dedicated
Right.
to it.
Actually, that reminds me. I don't know where there was another track meet on at the weekend, and I know we had some high jumpers there. And Oscar Whitcomb, I think he certainly jumped a height which makes him the second for his age group, which I think is he under 18 or under 20, makes him the number 2 in the UK. So we got some good people around. Okay, very good. Any more?
Only we've got 6 spaces left.
Right, well some of those are mine, don't let them all go, Terry. Yeah, I haven't bought any yet. Okay. Right, so see you all next week. Thank you very much.